In today's session, first we'll be taking up this image and turning into something like this, and then we'll be creating a poster out of it using some more effects. The end results will look like this, and I'll be guiding you through the whole step-by-step process. Hello everyone, welcome back to Dexplorion, and I'm here again with a fresh new poster design. For those who don't know me, I'm Didi and I'm all about designing in Photoshop and sharing the process with you. And in the process, we'll discuss various tools, techniques and tips and tricks which will improve your workflow and level up your graphic design game. So let's not waste any more time and jump right in. I've already set my canvas. I will simply select the canvas preset and click on create, and I'm on the roll. If you want to do the same, you have to learn how to create and save custom presets, and for that you can watch my this video where I have discussed everything in details. You can find the video by clicking on the I button above, and the link of the same will be given in the description as well. We'll drag in the first image of the subject onto the canvas, and now we have to remove the background, and for that I have used a different tool which is Color Range. But I will not be explaining the process in this video. Rather, I've made a separate video where I've explained the whole technique of color range selection and all the pros and cons of using this tool. If you want to learn about it, you know where to find it in the I button above and in the description as well. Another thing, in case you want to use the same images and textures we'll be using today, you can find the download links of all of them in the description. And this is our subject with the background removed. Let's rename the layer as subject. We'll resize and position it. We'll add a solid color adjustment layer, make it little off-white and drag it below our subject layer. It will serve as our background. And now we'll bring in our second image and drop it over the subject layer. We'll make a duplicate of it by pressing Ctrl or Command J and turn off the visibility of 1 by clicking on the eye-like icon here and place it below the subject layer. We'll work on it later on. Now we want to confine this color painting image only to the subject, and how do we do that? We'll press down the Alt or Option button and bring the cursor in between the layers, and when the cursor changes like this, just click once, and now the painting layer is clipped to the below subject layer. But before that we have to add another texture layer in between, which I forgot, and we will add it now. Let's turn off the visibility of the clipped painting layer and then drag in the texture layer, resize it and place it just above the subject layer. It will automatically get clipped, and now we will change its blend mode to color burn. Then we will add a layer mask to the clipped texture layer and then take the brush tool by pressing the B key. B is the shortcut key to select brush tool. Right click anywhere on the canvas to open the brush settings and select the soft round brush. Increase the brush size by pressing the right second bracket key. Foreground color will be black. You can adjust the flow value if you want. And we will paint over these areas to hide behind the mask so that the original hair color of the below subject layer is revealed. We will do the same for the eyes as well. And when it's done, we will turn back on the visibility of the clipped painting layer and work on that. We'll be adding a layer mask to this layer as well, and take the brush tool again. Soft round brush is already selected, foreground color set to black. Make the brush size bigger and paint over some of the areas to reveal the hairs, eyes, eyebrows, lips and ears. I'll be setting the flow to 20%. If you have gone too far, just press the X key to toggle to make white as foreground color to bring back some colors. Let's change the opacity of this layer a little bit so that it blends in with the subject layer beneath. I want to take the blending a step further, and for that we will double click here on the blank space to open the layer style dialog box. And now we will adjust these blend if sliders. It will help us blend both the layers in a better way. We can also split these sliders by pressing the Alt or Option key and clicking on them, and when we slide one part, the transition of the blend is more smoother. When you are done, hit OK. Let's refine it a little bit more. I think now it's looking like the face is being painted. What do you think? Let's select all the 3 layers, and for that select the topmost layer and hold the shift key and click on the bottommost layer, and it will select the layers in between. And now we right click here and click on convert to smart object, and then rename the layer as subject final. Let's add a brightness contrast adjustment layer and clip it to the subject final layer and adjust the brightness and contrast a little bit. Now we will be turning back on the visibility of the duplicate painting layer we created earlier, which was placed below our subject layer, and add a layer mask to it, and grab the brush tool again and open the brush settings, and this time I will be selecting a custom brush which I have downloaded from brusheasy.com. I will leave the link in the description. It's called the Disintegration Photoshop brush, and the best part is it's all free. It's a collection of around 12 to 13 brush designs, and you can select any one of them or also use them in combination. But before that, we have to fill this layer mask with black so that everything is hidden, and to do that, since black is our background color here, we will press Command plus Del on Mac, and if you are using Windows, you have to press Ctrl plus backspace, and our mask is all black. Adjust the flow to 100%, and now we will click to reveal like this. You can toggle between the foreground and background color by pressing the X key to reveal or hide. Now we'll add a layer mask to the subject final layer. Make sure the foreground color is black, adjust the brush size and paint to hide the hair parts like this. I'll be adding a back shadow here, and for that I'll click on ellipse tool here and draw an ellipse like this. Resize it according to the face, and now we'll change its fill color to black and stroke will be none. And we'll convert it into a smart object. Now we go to filter, then blur, and click on Gaussian blur, and with this slider adjust the amount of blur. Let's rename it as back shadow, and we'll place it just below the subject final layer. Lower the opacity a little bit. I don't like this shadow at the top, so I'll add a layer mask to it, and with the brush tool, brush will be soft round, foreground color black, and we will paint to hide it. Can you see the difference? It's subtle, but these little things adds to the final composition. You can also double click here on the Gaussian blur and adjust it further if you want. Now we will be adding a rectangle, and we will make it same color as the background and adjust the size so that it covers half of the face. And now we'll place it just below the subject layer like this. Let's select all the layers, and with the help of up arrow key, we'll move everything up a little bit. I want to add a shadow here. Select the subject layer, double click on the blank space here to open the layer styles, and click on drop shadow. You can either adjust the angle or distance of the shadows from here, or you can just drag here on the canvas to position the shadow as per the preference. We can also adjust the opacity. Click OK when you are done. If you can notice, we again have a shadow around the forehead area, and we have to remove that. How can we do that? Because we have a drop shadow effect here. It's not a layer, so we cannot create mask. But did you know that we can make this effect a layer? And to do that, we have to right click on the drop shadow here and click on create layer. And now it's a separate layer, and we can do whatever we want, just like any other layer. And what are we going to do? We'll add a layer mask to it and hide the unwanted parts, just as we did earlier. Our subject's eyes are very beautiful, but I feel the color of the eyes are not going well with this composition. But what to do? She was photographed like this. What if I tell you we can change the color of the eyes right now in Photoshop? Let me show you how it can be done. Zoom in and then take the lasso tool and draw a selection of just the pupils like this. Make sure add to selection is turned only here. Do the same for the other eyes. And now we click here to add a hue and saturation layer and adjust the hue slider to change the color of the selection, which in this case are the pupils of the eyes. Let's drag this layer to the top and unclip it by holding the Alt or Option key and clicking in between the layers. I want to make the color somewhat a shade of teal. I think it will complement better in this composition, but feel free to choose any color you want. You can also increase or decrease the saturation of the color and also lightness. These parameters work for me. See the difference? Let's add a drop shadow to the upper side of the rectangle layer, and by now you already know how to do it. We'll again convert it to a layer and add the layer mask. And now we are in the last part and just few steps away from completion. We'll be adding the text, and for that click on the text tool here and click anywhere on the canvas and type in your text. I will change its color to the same as our background, increase the font size and position it like this. I'm using the font Montserrat. This is one of the most favorite and most used font for me. I like its simplicity, and you will also get some good variations with this font, but you can use any font you want. Let's do some refinements. And we will place the text layer just above the background color fill layer. Now we'll make a selection of the text layer by holding down the Ctrl Command key and clicking on the icon of the text layer and select the layer mask of the canvas painting layer. Grab the brush tool, select the soft round brush, decrease the brush size by pressing the left second bracket key. Foreground color black. We will click to paint like this. And we can have this effect. To enhance the effect, we will also add a drop shadow to it. And lastly, we'll add another text here at the bottom. With that, we have finished our poster for today, but nothing is finished in art. You can always add something of your own till it seems and feels fine. My creations are just to inspire you and help you with the tools. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. This way I'll know that my videos are of some help to you, and it will keep me going for making more such contents. Please leave your comments down below and share it with your friends. And for more such videos, please subscribe to the channel. You can also connect with me on Pinterest and Instagram. Links are given in the description. Till then, take care, goodbye, and keep nurturing your creative spirit.